So for our promo, we have the icon identify, and I'll touch it, and it brings you to our main menu. In our main menu, we have a toggle switch that goes between detect or classify, then you can switch back and forth. We have a camera mode, which is still images that you load, and then we have a live, which is your real camera, and then we have a library. We'll start with the library. The library goes to images that we captured before, and as you can see, underneath the camera mode, we have identified an iris setter. We also have an airliner with identified here. It's a couple of samples. And you go back to camera mode. You can, we'll just go back to the space shuttle here. You hit identify. And you can see the identify has the space shuttle on there. So that's kind of the camera function. And then if you hit live mode, we have a camera switch and camera save function, identical to the one that we had before. So you can hit switch camera, and we'll show you a picture of me filming. Hello. Switch back. And then we can capture the image, and it says image save. And we can go look at the image. Front interface, and for the other mode, we have a detect, which is going to be on that top end switch button. The middle button is our camera mode, and then our live mode is for a live camera, which is real time, and then we have a library for the images. So you can press the live, and it will go to detector mode. And on detector mode, it correctly identifies the objects in the basement. So it's calling this a bed, which is kind of a futon. And then we have another couch, and that correctly identifies as a couch. Sure, I'm grabbing. We have potted plant. This technology is using what's called Identify, or it's convolution neural networks, and it's using something called YOLO, which is you look only once, and processes the neural networks on a particular image that it captures on a single frame, which makes the response much quicker. So when your applications like driving and trying to identify objects, it can respond quick enough while the image is still there. But this is kind of a demonstration of what you can do and how it identifies objects real time. It kind of brings me back to the first time I saw Terminator, and they take that green screen and computer information is brought up to the Terminator to figure out what all the objects are. That may be a poor illustration, but it is an illustration. So you also have a table, and we have babies in the house. It's calling the little puppy a teddy bear. So let me show you the different interfaces that we have.
As you can see, I have images that are being displayed on my computer screen. Those images are being observed by the Identify Android app and immediately identified or detected as far as what images it's capable of determining. One thing you'll notice is the speed at which the detection occurs. It's quite rapid. And the percentage of likelihood that these objects are what it is detecting is also being displayed. And as you can see, it can identify multiple objects within a single picture. One bug that we've identified is that when an object can't be identified and a previous object had already been identified, the box from the previous object remains on the screen. That's been reported in our problem report list and would be addressed in a future release. You'll notice that as I move the Android device out, it can see now the laptop that I'm displaying the pictures on, and it's identifying the laptop as well as the pictures that are on display. If I move it into where it only sees the picture, then it, of course, only identifies what's being displayed. One thing you'll notice, a difference between the detect here and the classify, is the classify function, the model contains more detail and a larger variety of classifications. So what you would see as being, say, a camel, here it reported it, I believe, as being a dog or something. These are more generic because the model is smaller and contains less items in it. In this series of testing, I'm displaying multiple images on the screen to see how well it's able to detect multiple images and if the size of those images has any impact on its ability to detect them, and perhaps even the location within the image. Right now it seems to be doing relatively well identifying objects that are on the bottom of the screen, having a little bit more difficulty with the items on top, as you saw that it tried to say that a bear was a cat. Seems to be doing pretty well with like the vases on the bottom. I'm going to try moving the screen, the Android device, back a little bit further away and see if that changes its ability to see more of the picture. Still seems to be focusing mostly on the bottom of the screen. I'll try tilting the Android up a little bit to see if that changes its focus. How about moving it in closer to the screen?